could a designer, nanotechnology experts, and microchip production specialists make together? Something like this unusual dress. It can read the brain waves of the wearer, analyze them, and change the appearance based on the received data. The name of this incredible garment is the pangolin, as the scales of this mammal resemble the scales of the dress. By the way, they are 3D printed, and the world's first 1024-channel brain-computer interface is responsible for the data transfer. The more brain activity, the more the scales move, and if the person feels calm, the dress will glow in a calming pattern. They've already come up with a new feature in the comments section. In case of danger, the scales should turn into spikes. As the scales of this mammal resemble the scales of the dress. By the way, they are 3D printed. You think monowheels only can move slowly but surely? Not in the slightest. British inventor Kevin Scott successfully entered the Guinness Book of World Records with one. He reached 61.183 miles per hour. How about that? Scott and his assistant spent 2 years on this incredible vehicle. Moreover, they worked for 12 months just to make sure the monowheel met all the requirements needed to set the record. Let's run through the features. This masterpiece got a 12 cubic inch kart engine, a specially made transmission, and an air suspension. It's about 5 feet in diameter and weighs 187 pounds, and the name is fitting too, Warhorse. Even after the tester tried to stop the monowheel, it kept breaking the world speed record for another 4.5 minutes, users joked. Let's run through the features. This masterpiece got a 12 cubic. Saving energy is a problem in many countries. The Spanish authorities decided to turn off the lighting of buildings and stores after 10 p.m., and the French government has asked its citizens to spend less electricity. Engineers from the US are here to help. They've invented photovoltaic cells that can turn almost any surface into a solar panel. The idea is reminiscent of t-shirt prints. American experts took a 3-micron thick substrate, much thinner than a human hair, and applied an electrode using screen printing. This was then glued onto a composite fabric, and the resulting photocell has a total power of 370 watts per 2.2 pounds, and is 100 times lighter than regular solar panels. People in the comments immediately found an application. The product will be really useful built into the screens of laptops, tablets and smartphones. Do you have any other ideas? Much thinner than human hair, and applied an electrode using screen printing. This was then glued onto the creators of this drone need only 2 words to describe it: epic scale. They decided to combine the payload capacity of large drones and the maneuverability of smaller ones, resulting in a kind of flying F1 race car. The drone is powered by a 220 horsepower propulsion system, thanks to which it reaches 87 miles per hour. And there is a very simple reason for the impressive size. The team has made racing drones before, but only small ones. It was difficult to keep track of the little ones at high speeds, so the engineers gradually increased the scale and eventually ended up with this. The team got one step closer to its vision to create a brand new future racing experience, the description states. We wonder how else they'll upgrade it in the future. And there is a very simple reason for the impressive size. The team has made racing. Our selection continues with a car from a French startup. It's just a show car for now, but the team has big plans. The vehicle will be launched in 2025. This is a hydrogen crossover completely designed in a virtual environment. However, the coolest thing is not that. The main feature is the system of these fuel capsules. They'll be connected to a built-in fuel tank and will be able to power not only cars but also generators, household power plants and other things. It's known that there are 2 versions, with an all-wheel drive for 550 horsepower and with a rear-wheel drive with a capacity of 300 horsepower. Cruising range of both versions is about 497 miles. The price in Europe will be $69,000. connected to a built-in fuel tank, and will be able to power North cars. On many roads, rain not only brings the temperature down, but it also causes puddles, and they are really dangerous. According to tyre manufacturers, if the tread on your tyres is less than 0.2 inches deep, you need to be a lot more careful. Fortunately, a UK company has already figured out how to fight water on the roads with a very simple method. They have made a super porous permeable concrete. Tests show that it can absorb up to 1,050 gallons per 11 square feet in the first minute, and then up to 158 gallons per minute. There is a problem though. For now, this concrete is not suitable for sub-zero temperatures. However, the team is already working on this issue. The UK company has already figured out how to fight water on the roads with a very simple method. Next is an interesting solution for lighting, both in private and commercial properties. These systems, like sunflowers, always face the sun and transmit light via fiber optics. The standard version consists of 36 lenses, a microprocessor, photosensors, and motors with about 10 watts of power. One digital sunflower can collect about 6,000 lumens. When working with a 33-foot cable, taking into account all losses, the luminous output will be about 3,700 lumens. This is enough to light 323 to 430 square feet. Infrared and UV radiation will be removed by the built-in filter, and you can imagine how beneficial it can be. Experts have calculated that about 20% of the world's electricity is used just for artificial lighting, sometimes during the day too. Taking into account all the losses, the luminous output will be about 3,700 lumens. How much trash do we throw away every day? On average, 26 ounces per person. Of course, this varies a lot from country to country, and in some places it's more than 10 pounds per person. New developments in garbage collection and removal help us to not drown in waste, while making the work of garbage truck drivers easier and more pleasant. On the screens is a combination of special containers and a robotic boom. A full work cycle is 65 seconds, and only one person is needed to control the process. The system is suitable for above-ground and underground containers up to 176 cubic feet, and the boom can be mounted even on a compact 2-axle vehicle. And once the system's integrated, garbage removal costs can drop by up to 6 times. On the screens is a combination of special containers and a robotic boom. Have you ever seen the inside of a granary? It's pretty dangerous in there. In the US alone, about 7% of farmers suffer from lung disease due to inhaled fine particles. In addition, voids can form in the grain mass, and it's very difficult to get a person out of it because there's a lot of resistance and no ejection force. An American company offers this robot for safe and efficient work with the grain. It mixes and moves grain with the help of augers. So far it works alone, but its creators are already working on integration with other machines. The robot weighs about 26 pounds, has enough charging power for 2 hours, and is controlled remotely. According to preliminary reports, the price will be about $5,000. Because there's a lot of resistance and no ejection force. An American company offers this robot for safe and efficient. Next in line is a new development in robotics. Engineers have figured out how to give robots fingers with a high-precision sense of touch. These fingers can be used anywhere, from manufacturing facilities to hospitals.